That's at 102.
Okay. It sounds better now. I can tell
I'm
got...
just talking right into it at the very front of the screen.
Perfect. Okay.
I think we'll have to deal with it.
Yeah, sure. That's fine. So, yeah, so what's going on there?
You know, let's see, probably 6 months ago we met. I'd been eating 2-3 months at the time. Oh, there's some real shit. So anyway, yeah, Russia really actually invaded. They hit pretty much all the big cities at once, although Lviv. I woke up it was local time 3:30, and I got woken up by some explosions because I was just a couple minutes away by car from Podil. We still don't know if that was a missile or a gas station. They're trying to claim it was a gas station that blew up, or a gas leak that blew up, but actually we have footage later in the day that literally Russia shooting missiles into Ukraine. A couple hours later, they took out Kyiv International, the military part of it, not the civilian part, but it was enough to evacuate Kyiv International, and they closed the airport down. Then yesterday, on Wednesday, Ukraine declared a state of emergency, instituted curfews, gave gun rights to every civilian here, or citizen, I should say, to carry guns openly in public. And then they said that would last up to 30 days and it may escalate. Well, the very next day today, they've declared a state of emergency, instituted curfews, bans on group gatherings, bars closed, restaurants closed, everything's closed. So it's been a hell of a day.
Yikes. How do they get that information to you guys? Are you watching television through your phones? How are they getting that information? Like, for instance, so you're allowed to run around with guns. How did that get disseminated? Curious.
So Parliament, or whatever they have here generally, had to approve the emergency measures. That got filtered down and translated Ukrainian to English. Anybody who speaks English, there's a Telegram group with about 1,400 people who have been to Ukraine, expats, and visit here. That group posts the information. We all figured out that way. Also, I have my Discord server, which has got about 140 people in it. Before today, it blew up about 300 today. And so we're just all using that to communicate in English what the Ukrainian government is doing. And videos and live reports of explosions. When we hear them, within 30 seconds, someone posts, "Oh shit, I'm in this oblast, this district, and I just heard this go off, this close." Or live updates on which ATMs are out of money, lines, which stores don't bother to dry. Yeah, so we're all coordinating through various channels.
Can you invite me to your room? Can I see some of the conversations and be in there? So just hit the invite.
Yeah, happy to do so.
Invite me in there. That's crazy.
Yep. More than welcome. So we've had it's been public almost all day. We've had to take it up and down.
Why?
What's going on? We've got a lot of trolls come in, pro-Russian trolls. So we've taken the voice. We've had a voice chat of 50 almost all day long. But when I moved today, so it's around 11 o'clock today, I made the decision to leave Center Maidan area in my apartment and meet up with. We have 13 guys here. We're all expats, people I know. It was 12 as of a couple days ago. We picked up another one. And these are the people that can't. They don't have money to do so. You know, we could have gotten train tickets to Lviv a week ago. They were still available, but these are the guys that work local jobs, earn a local salary, teach English, and really just didn't see it coming. It was always kind of uncertain what would happen right up until missiles started hitting airports, and troops are just north of Kyiv right now, walking down the left side.
Wow.
So yeah, you're welcome to scroll back through the chat. That's been our go-to news source. Sadly, it's only the past probably 6 hours of chat. We keep clearing it. The other big thing is we're afraid that if Russia does take Kyiv, that news outlets like we've been or coordination outlets would be infiltrated. And maybe you've heard of the news, but Russia has basically a kill list of 650,000 individuals, people who, like Americans who fought for the Ukrainian government. There's about 40, 50 of them. They're on the list. LGBT plus people, they're all on the list. Low-level politicians. American business people here. That list was leaked, and that was valid and actually a thing. You may have also heard of the Putin and Russia said they were going to go for the denazification of Ukraine, i.e., the Azov battalion or Azov battalion. Those people are on the list as well. Yeah, it's pretty scary when you literally have 650,000 people listed that Russia does want to actually kill in Ukraine, and you don't want to be someone gets on that list or makes waves, you know. And shit, as a kind of a coordinator and evac person, you're helping expats get the hell out of here. Currently, we're stuck. Maybe I end up on that list. You never know.
Dude, it's wow, it's incredible to hear. And so where you currently are located, are you in your own apartment, house? Are you in someone else's place right now? I mean, are you able to say where you're located, or what's the situation?
I left my apartment at 11 or so o'clock today. I used to live on Center Maidan. Literally, I walk outside and I'm right there on Independence Square. We had emergency evac plans to all meet up. Well, couldn't get out of Kyiv, too late. And we all had plans to meet up. About 13 of us, and friends started leaving their places that were less safe. Some went to metro stations, which are bomb shelters, and decided to hole up there on their own. So we have a group at Maidan metro station that's hanging out there. That's central. The metros are still running currently.
Yeah.
But your subways, we call them. So they can get anywhere in the city quickly as long as they keep running. Then we have another location on Shattuck Street, which there's currently a live stream. Going from there, I can send you a link to the live stream. I'll set that up personally.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, but where you're located though, you have a laptop with you, or what are you how are you communicating with me now?
Yeah, I do. I have my laptop with me.
Okay. So you're not at your normal place. You're at a friend's place, and you're connected to wireless.
Yeah, I'm at a friend's place. I'm in a high-rise concrete Soviet commie block apartment building.
Okay.
Most of the people, it's a better place, but I would say more than half the building is evacuated.
But you're with friends right now, or a friend, or how many people?
I'm with friends right now. We spent the most of the day getting food and water with what we had for money.
Yeah.
A lot of ATMs ran dry. A lot of them were taken offline today because of Russian cyber attacks. So it was really 50-50 if the card was going to work anywhere.
Interesting.
But yeah, currently we're at this place. We're right next to the western highway out of Kyiv, and we have access to one vehicle. And 13 of us aren't going to fit in one car, so hopefully we can find two more. And right now the problem with driving out of Kyiv, you can't because I would say it's about 3 or 4 o'clock today, the highway stopped moving. Cars were just abandoned on the street. People had been sitting there for a couple hours. Cars ran out of gas. There's almost no gasoline at any station. You can't find it. Everybody went filled up, and that's the end of it. So cars ran out of gas, that stalled the highway, and they're just pushing cars over off the street. They're not towing them in tow trucks. They're literally just moving the cars off the highway, shoving the ditches on the side, get them out. So it's still backed up. There's almost no motion. I'd say it progresses 1 car length every 5 minutes right now. I can see it right from my apartment.
Yeah,
here.
So they're not moving anywhere. They're going to run out of gas, and you run into these situations where you run out of gas. How cold is it there right now?
Well, today was pretty nice, actually, when I was out getting supplies. I would say it's probably 40 if I had to guess out right now, although I closed the windows. I'm sick of the air raid siren going off all day.
So it's not like a situation where people are going to run out of the gas in their cars and die from hypothermia because it's so cold outside or anything.
Well, it's over freezing, so I think it's about 3 degrees Celsius, so I think that's like 37, 38 Fahrenheit.
Oh, well, it's cold there. Holy crap. You're all like, it's nice.
It's cold.
It's nice. And I'm sitting there like, bro, 30. I'm in Texas, bro. Anything in below 40 is like death level around here.
We
don't know what
exposure is a problem.
Wow, so you're looking at that now. I'm looking in your room over there. Somebody just put in, they said, I heard 3 booms. Somebody said, I don't see anything usual. What is that person saying that they don't see anything unusual? You know what he's referring
Let
to?
me see who's saying that. Probably the.
There's
So let's see who's saying.
explosions and there's
Oh, yep. So he's there. Oh, so he was watching the Kiev Maidan live stream. Yeah, there's constant explosions here. Basically, we had I lost count at about 15 by about noon, between 3:30 a.m. and noon. I lost count. I've been hearing them throughout the day. There are reports of, Russian separatists or special ops blowing things up. There have been gas stations that have been exploded, other targets. But interestingly, overall, one thing I do want to say is that Russia does not seem to be targeting civilians and going out of its way not to target civilians. Of course, there's been casualties and civilians are getting killed, but they are mostly targeting military installations.
interesting.
Yeah, there's all day long.
So as far as
feel
your perspective, what you're seeing, like, what do you guys have the impression of that end game here with Russia? I haven't been listening to too much of the news. I did last night and the initiations. I'm so tired of hearing our bobblehead Biden up there like babbling on about nonsense. Like, I literally just I'm like, listen, I don't care about what he has. What is Europe saying? What is NATO saying? I don't know why that's not being put on the news for us, at least. Have you heard anything like what is happening with any of that, or is Ukraine on their own? Like, what's the deal?
So I would start by saying that yes, Ukraine is completely on its own. The U.S. Embassy left Kyiv on I think it was the 13th of February. I had an appointment personally for the 12th, and they canceled it on me. And they just abandoned us here. They moved out to Lviv, told us to go to Lviv. Well, not everybody could go. And as of today, they pulled out of Lviv. So there's no U.S. embassy here in Ukraine anymore. They told us we're on our own. Maybe you heard President Biden got on TV and made an address and said that if you're American in Ukraine, you're on your own. I also
I didn't hear that.
Email
that's
back
an
and forth
official.
with the State Department.
There's an official statement that Biden literally said that on news on television. Oh wow.
Yeah. We're on our own.
How did that make you feel? Like, what did you like when did you see that yourself, or did you just hear about it? Like, what was your reaction to that?
I did watch President Biden's address, and I didn't really expect any less, honestly. I was surprised that they stayed in Lviv as long as they did, which was only a couple days, and then they pulled out entirely. And now they're just, according to the State Department emails I get, they're telling us to just get to one of these numerous border crossings. Well, there's no chance or way to get border crossing here in Kyiv because there's no way out. Trains don't run, planes don't run, highways blocked. We're stuck, and there's no help coming for us.
Whoa. Now, what do you think is end game? I mean, you don't think Putin's just coming in there to just wipe everybody out and have a vengeance from the past type of scenario, just wipe everything, right? Like, what do you think is his end goal?
Well, I think he stated his end goal very well in his addresses that he made. He's been public about it.
So I'll be honest. So give me a recap of like some of the highlighted stuff, because I think it was in Russian when he did it, and I kind of started to listen in to some of it, but I didn't catch the thing. So give me a highlight reel of like what's his deal.
I think it comes down to one thing. He views Ukraine as Russian territory. That's what started with Crimea. Historically, Crimea was a gift to Ukraine by Russia, and of course they took that back. Putin is a Russian expansionist. He wants the old Russian territories back. He's very clear about that in his addresses.
Oh, okay.
And then this comes into the local politics of the next People's Republic, the DPR and the LPR. These two areas were what I personally thought the war would end at. And that is not the case. I was wrong. I thought that Russia would move in, which they did. They recognized the DPR and the LPR areas, which are two areas of Ukraine in the east. And I thought it would be the end of it there. And turns out a day later, I'm completely wrong. They went for everything. So I don't think we're in a situation where Russia's trying to bite off just one or two more chunks of Ukraine. We're in a situation they're going to take all. They're not going to stop at the DPR and LPR. They're not going to stop at Kyiv. they're going to go all the way to Lviv, and everything Ukraine is right now is going to, they want it for Russia. And Putin basically said as much in his address.
That's incredible. Yikes. Okay, so what does that look? I'm kind of curious. What, you're there all the time. What's the difference in lifestyle between like Ukraine, how you guys live and operate there, and like Russians? I mean, they're so, I don't know if there's, you can't even say they're so close. Obviously, they are so close to each other. I mean, they're bordered. So from a border to border perspective, like when you, is there a distinctive difference when you cross a border from Russia over to Ukraine and vice versa? Like is there a big lifestyle difference between the two, or is everything kind of same? Like it, like worst case scenarios, if this does occur, like what's the lifestyle change type of scenario under Putin versus your current, honestly, I don't know. What is Ukraine's president's name?
Zelensky.
Zelensky. So originally I thought that he was kind of a good dude. Then I'm hearing some bad things. I do want to get back to hearing your opinion on Zelensky and things. With I heard him that he kind of took out some of the opposition party and shut down some opposition media sources and things. I want to hear if that's true from your perspective, and you've heard that as well. And because I wonder if Putin was like, well, because Putin's like, well, if that guy does the same stuff, how is that a democracy? Because that's another question on my list. Is I keep hearing it's a democracy, but I'm hearing like actually it's not. So what do you think around that and the political perspectives and the differences between Russians and Ukraine kind of scenario there?
Well, I think that answering this truthfully and honestly might get me killed, but I'm going to do it anyway, by one or both sides. I think that yeah, you're not wrong about it's not quite a democracy here. There's some rating that gives ratings of how free the media is in different countries. Ukraine, I would say, is mostly free, is what they would rate it, and I would agree with that. But in my experience here, if I want to go to like RT News and read the Russian perspective, Russian propaganda on it, well, it's blocked, and I have to use a VPN. You can get around it, of course. The entirety of the Ukrainian internet is monitored. So it's really tough. You have to watch what you say. If you're pro-Ukrainian, then you have nothing to worry about. If you're pro-Russian, you have a lot to worry about. They may knock on your door. As far as the difference in Slavic culture, yes, both Russia and Ukraine are of the same people. It's a brother war. Russia is trying to unite the Slavic people, but Ukraine is a massive country. It's 12 hours, 14 hours across.
It's not small. Yeah, it's not small.
It's huge. So if you go to Lviv, it's extremely European and westernized, more so, even though it's still Ukrainian Slavic. Kyiv is a mixture of both, where I'm at. And if you go any farther east, you get to basically almost mini Russia. People there support Russia. But another thing I would say is that when Ukraine took a referendum vote to stay out of Russia and become their own thing, there wasn't a single district in Ukraine that didn't vote to leave Russia and stay separate from Russia. And I would say that's still the case. Ukrainian nationalism, Ukraine has become its own country. People want to claim in the media all the time that Ukraine, you'll hear this, it's a meme, Ukraine is a fake country comprised of Russia and Poland and parts of other countries. Well, the Ukrainian people would not agree with that whatsoever. They are the Ukrainian people. They have their own culture. It's an admixture of different cultures in some places. Not everywhere in Ukraine speaks the majority Ukrainian. There's almost 7 different languages here that, depending on where you are in Ukraine, are spoken differently in different places. But here in Kyiv, it's, if you speak Russian, people are going to understand you. If you speak Ukrainian, they're going to understand you. I speak English and very little Ukrainian and almost no Russian, but I get by. I'd say English is the 3rd language of the country. And if the Russia comes in here and invades and claims Ukraine, will it change the culture? No, it's going to be the same people, the same Slavic people. It's not going to be much. But I will say, in my firsthand experience here, there is definitely a difference between Russians and Ukrainians. I can tell within minutes of meeting someone in a bar whether they're Ukrainian or Russian. I would say that overall,
really?
Russians
well,
are.
Let me ask you
absolutely.
that. I'm kind of fascinated by that. So you walk up to somebody in a bar and you can determine that. How so? By their language, their tone, their tongue. How can you tell?
I would set language aside. Of course, if they're speaking Russian, they might be Russian, they might be Ukrainian, but a lot of Ukrainians speak Russian at home, not necessarily Ukrainian. I can tell through, I hate to say it, but sometimes facial features, body language, posture, attitude. Ukrainians overall will smile. It comes out of this. If someone will smile, they're probably Ukrainian. If they do not smile, they're probably Russian. That's a huge giveaway here culturally. I guess because, Russia, there's nothing to smile about.
That's funny. It almost sounds a little bit like Texas and New York. So like in New York, if you smile at somebody, they're like, "Hey, what you smiling at me for?" I'm like, "Hey, dude, it's cool. Like I'm from Texas." And he's like, "Oh, fucking Texans, so stupid." Like, don't smile at me. Okay, I get you. Yeah, I can tell a New Yorker from a Texan. Yeah.
Right. Russians are generally. I've never had a single in the 8 months I've been here, almost 9 now. I've never had a single bad experience with the local Ukrainian male. Women, of course, they can be horrible. But the only people that have ever tried to cause me issues while out at a bar or on the street, 100% of them have been Russian. They're just, not as nice as Ukrainians.
Okay. So in general, Ukrainians, they're nice folks. Kind of, it sounds like they're Texas people, and then you got you New Yorkers from the old Russian. But as far as being able to understand each other, do most people speak both? I guess, everybody can communicate.
So Russian and Ukrainian, I would say, in my experience, are somewhere around 60% interchangeable with the same words, but with a little different pronunciation. But you'll understand each other all the way up to about 90% of the same meaning. So anybody who speaks Ukrainian, and of course, language here is a big thing. I'm really generalizing here. If you get more Polish Ukrainian, then it's harder for them. But where, like in Kyiv, where people will frequently speak both fluent Russian and fluent Ukrainian, and there's about a 90% overlap. As you get away from the large city centers, language changes a little bit and gets a little more complex. But yeah, no, they generally speak both and are bilingual in both, and then English is the third language.
Interesting. Now, I'm watching this live feed. I can't tell, where is this live feed from your room there? It says, Kiev. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Kyiv. So you have this is a point of Ukrainian nationalism. It's Kyiv, not Kiev. Kiev is the Russian pronunciation, and Ukrainian's gone pretty national.
Oh, that's why I keep getting it mixed up. I got you.
Yeah, there's a whole movement actually about Kyiv, not Kiev.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So, got it. So that same thing. If I hear that name, it's the same place. Okay. So I'm looking at a big, tall statue thing here. Is this some kind of form of capital of this
Okay, so I'll describe the stream here for you really quick.
Yeah, I've got it on full screen here.
So I was going left to right. What you cannot see on the stream, just off camera to your left, is the president's office, i.e. Zelensky's office. The stream is set up right across. Now, why we can't point the camera at that one, it's not too interesting. And yeah, there's soldiers outside, and there's a lot of, you'd see some cool soldiers doing soldier shit there. But they would not want us to point the camera at them.
Right.
So we've got it panned as far left as we can go without getting into any trouble.
All right.
And what you can see as I go to, so this is Kreshchatik Street. Kreshchatik Street is the main street in Kyiv, basically, through the city center.
No, wait, hold on. I think I'm looking at a different stream. I'm looking at this Washington Post one that CT Shooter posted. Are you looking at a different one?
Oh, I sent you the link to it, the one we are running right now.
Can you post me a link in the general chat?
In your
general chat. I'm just in your general chat right now.
My general chat.
Yeah.
Yep, will do.
And that way, let me look at the same thing. I was watching the Washington Post one. Okay.
Yeah, the Washington Post. Well, we can talk about that one after.
All right,
but we'll talk about this one here first.
Okay,
and feel free to share it.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm recording this and I'm planning on releasing this later if you're good with that. Like, put it out there.
Yeah, feel free.
Because people are interested in hearing what's going on. Some people have been like, oh, it's a fake, and also, bro, it ain't fake, so.
No, it's not fake. I'm living.
Yeah, okay, so you're pointed down the street here. Okay, so off on the left
here,
so
saying... as I was saying, on the left is the president's office. The stream is literally right across from the president's office. but we know not to point it at that or pan it over there because we'd get in trouble. They'd probably come up to our the apartment and shut it the fuck down.
Yeah.
So what we're seeing as we go down here, we're seeing Shattuck Street. This is the lowest to the ground stream in Kyiv right now, where you can actually see people walking on the street, gesturing with each other. We've got it such that you can, if someone wanted to talk at street level right nearby, you might even be able to hear them. There's a microphone that's dropped down to floor level, but it's got 2 audio sources. Also, you're going to see a lot of like we're seeing now, emergency vehicles, and you can hear in the background the noise of the street. You can also, if the air raid sirens go off, well, take cover and you can hear it on this stream. And as we go from the left to the right, these other buildings are historical buildings and businesses, not too important. But as you see the buildings kind of curve around and the street curves to the right there, you'll notice that one building stops and then you see a whiter building at almost the same level. Well, that's Maidan right there. So we're getting a picture of Maidan. We're right next to Maidan, but the Maidan streams aren't that interesting because you don't get anything but to like a 11-story up plus an extra 100 feet because of the elevation of the hill. So you can't really see anything except, cars driving by. You can see little people moving, but they're just little dots. So those streams all suck. This one's the lowest to the ground that actually has audio and a chat. It's only got about 23 viewers right now, but it's been over 200, I think, earlier today when things were happening. Stuff was blowing up.
Holy cow. So let's see. Time, though, it looks like it's dark. So, like, right now, it's middle of the day for us. What time is it there?
It is 8:48 p.m.
Okay, so not too late. So that's why there's still activity. I see a bus driving down the street right now. So there's some activities still going on around there. So as far as access to vehicles, I mean, it looks like stuff's going. You guys could get out of there, right?
No, we cannot get out of it. So there's 2 things in place. So you're not, if you're in Kyiv, you are not going to go east towards Russia. That's for sure. That's even more conflict. That's where Russia's coming from east to west.
Well, I mean, can you go to
that's
like
where the troops are? That's where the helicopters.
Well, let me ask this. Maybe this is a stupid question. Are there embassies in Russia or no?
What kind of embassies?
The U.S. embassy?
Yeah, there should be. I'm not sure if the U.S. embassy is pulled out of Russia or not. I don't think so because this isn't a Russia-USA conflict. It's a Russia-Ukraine.
So I'm wondering, like,
embassy,
is it worth? I don't know. It's maybe a stupid question. Have you considered trying to get to or finding out where the closest Russian embassy is to try to get to that if you're trying to get out? I mean, if that's what your goal is.
Yeah, actually, I was just about to say the Russian embassy in Kyiv closed. The flag was taken down, I believe, earlier today. That's over. They got at it.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, I should have said the U.S. embassy in Russia.
Oh, the U.S. embassy. There's no possible chance I could make it, not only out of Kyiv, but to Russia. They would not let me as a citizen cross that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
so
you need special visas and approval.
What are they telling you guys to do right now? To shelter in place kind of thing?
Yeah, generally that's what they're telling you. Shelter in place, and if the air raid sirens go off, take cover. Or all of the metro stations, the subways are bomb shelters. Know your local closest bomb shelter. They're all over. And get there ASAP if feel you need to do so, or if the air raid sirens go off.
Interesting. Wow, man, it's it's pretty real. I mean, how does it feel? Like, what are you thinking now, man? Like, with you and your friends there, y'all, what are you thinking right now? Like, what is your plan? Y'all gonna be able to sleep? Like, it's 8:40, so I mean, are y'all planning on sleeping, or you think like? So now they're, Russia waiting for everybody to get tired, and it sounds like they're doing most of their work at night.
Well, what I would say is that I went to bed around 1 a.m. today, and I got woken up 2.5 hours later by explosions. So I've been up all day. Then I made the evacuation plans, got out of my place, moved, hauled supplies, got water, food, as much as we possibly could. But there's too many of us, 13 between 4 locations. It's tough. So... man, I'm so tired. I'm exhausted. I've been out on the move all day. Weapons have been a problem for self-defense. We're currently where I'm at right now in a high-rise building. Luckily, over half of this building abandoned it and left, or it's gone other places. You don't necessarily, most people want to get out of here and go to Lviv, foreigners and otherwise, but some of the back roads to other smaller towns are still open, but then you're going north right into where Russian troops are apparently right now, or south towards Odessa, which is getting exploded as well. And you certainly don't want to go east. But some people who are local are going to do that to get to their families. Don't have any other option. What I would say is that, well, it's been a long day. It's been an exhausting day. I'd love to get some sleep, but adrenaline is going. I've watched smoke from outside my window here. I've taken some pictures. The helicopter will go down. I believe currently Ukraine has lost no aircraft and has dropped or taken out a ton of helicopters and Russian planes. I got to give it to Ukraine. They are kicking some ass right now, unexpectedly, in the conflict.
So I mean, it's active war right now. They're shooting and they're taking out stuff.
Yes, it's absolutely active war.
Oh,
I got to give credit to Russia too, in the fact that they are clearly not targeting civilians, and they are not targeting civilian installations or metros or anything where a lot of people would be. They also could have easily killed thousands of people or tens of thousands of people on the highway, but Russia is literally letting people try to evacuate. The internet's still up, power is still up. I thought it would have been down 12 hours ago. That is at Russia's leisure. They will take the power out, internet out when they want to. So I don't know how much longer I'll be online, but thanks to Russia for not taking it out yet.
And that's unnerving. I'll be just giving my own concern. I mean, I'd be worried about going to sleep tonight because now that that's happening, they're going to do most of their work at night, man. So you're going to go to sleep, and these guys are going to start the major stuff. Because if they've been getting shot down during the daytime and whatnot, they're going to go in, they're going to do the night ops stuff. And I feel bad for the military of Ukraine, dude. That's gonna. Do you think? Well, how much of the military do you know about with Ukraine? I mean, are they?
Well, I mean, I'm going to agree with you that I do feel that you're correct in that we're going to see more nighttime activity. Well, that's how it started. They went at 3:30 in the morning. I expect things to happen again tonight under the cover of darkness. What do I know about the Ukrainian military here? Well, I've got a couple of foreigners. One of them that I'm staying here with that have fought for the Ukrainian military. And, he's currently sleeping during the day because he knows at night that's when things are going to happen. So I agree with you.
Yeah, no, that's smart. Okay, so they're preparing for the nighttime attacks. Well, I'm curious. I don't know. Are you going to go get some rest for now, and then like it's 8 something, try to get a few hours of sleep because they're probably going to start busting at 1:30, and then I don't know. We'll try to maintain contact with you through it.
Well, I'll stay awake as long as I can. It's been long day.
Well, no, I don't think you should. So I'm
I'll
giving you personal advice. I would say go get some sleep right now because it's 8:40. You got from now till midnight. You could sleep for 3.5 hours. You'd be surprised at how much the body can recover in 3 to 4 hours. Well, get 3 or 4 hours. Wake up at 12 and 1.
But what I would say is one of our concerns is looters. If they,
well, I mean, y'all have 13 people sleeping shifts. You know, I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, but that's 13 people spread between 4 locations right now, and I'm coordinating. We're trying to get that down to either 2 or 3. While my buddy is sleeping, I'm awake so that we don't
so your
get caught
friend
by
is
surprise.
sleeping. Okay, your friend is sleeping.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So is your friend going to maintain and try
awake.
to keep this live stream up?
So the stream is not the location I'm at. It's one of the locations that we're using. If this stream goes down, then we lost internet.
Okay, that's what I was going to try to say. Like I was trying to figure that out. If like we could. Now, is that person in your chat in here so that if later on you're asleep, like I can communicate with them? Like who should I have conversations with if you're not in later when you're resting?
So he would not talk to you, frankly. He's currently way too occupied and busy. He doesn't know you either. Sure. So there would be no way to contact the guy running the stream. Also, it's a security risk. That stream exists right across the president's office. So this one's kind of on the down low. You can see it's just a brand new Twitch account. It's not anybody who wants to be known. If you'd like to talk to him, I can ask if he talked to you. I would think his answer would be no.
That's fine.
But yeah.
Yeah, we're just concerned for you guys. We're just here to try to, help out. If you guys want to chat, great. If not, it's cool too.
There's many other people that would gladly, just specifically not the guy that's running the stream right now.
I got you.
He's doing a dangerous thing by putting the stream
Yeah, sorry,
up.
I'm more thinking about the people who are, you have, how many people are in the building you're in with you right now?
So, well, that's also a safety risk to say that in case anybody.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you don't have to tell me. Yeah, I'm just trying to help out.
But more than just me, I'll say that.
Yeah. Okay.
More than two.
All right, bud. Well, cool. Anything else you want to get out there? Because I'm gonna post this out publicly, so people can have the information. Or if you don't want the information out there, I won't release it.
No, Vinny, you're welcome to publish it. You're welcome to use my name. My real name is attached to the GoFundMe. Well, GoFundMe also screw GoFundMe. They immediately, within 30 minutes of posting it, took it down for alleged TOS violation. But screw them. So the Go Get Funding link, if you publish that as attached to the video, that'd be great.
Okay.
Even if we can get up just even a couple $100, that's going to go a long way to buying food and water here if we have to shelter in place for a month or two.
Right.
That'd be awesome. I came back to you because the one time we were talking in what was his name? You remember Simpleton's Discord? We had a great time.
Yeah.
He had me on stream. And I was just thinking about, man, who out there is a good guy that would help? And I thought about you.
Well,
so
I appreciate that. Yeah, no.
Yeah, so I came back around and found you.
Cool, man. Well, I'll be praying for you as well. I'm going to send you some funds over there, and blessings on you and your family and your friends out there. And I am fascinated by this. So if you can keep in touch, just for my own personal, I'd kind of like to know what's going on.
Feel free to send me a message anytime. As long as I got internet, this is what I'll be doing.
All right. I'll be checking in on you then.
Thanks, man.
All right,
Appreciate it.
We'll talk soon, buddy. All right, hang in there.
Have a good one.
See you.